productivity. CAF, this week the IMF team will be in town
Again?
Yeah, they will be in town to undertake what we call progress review towards achieving various structural adjustments or targets indicated in the program. And depending on how it goes, then they will submit a report in November for the board to approve the release of a second tranche. So as they are in town, I want to push government to do the needful by way of meeting all the benchmarks indicated in the IMF program. And finally, the rains are here again. Please, let us be very careful about how we dispose our waste. NADMO, MMDAs, try as much as possible to start the desilting now. Do not wait for the unexpected to occur before you rush in to desilt our gutters. Ghanaians, let us know how to dispose our waste. Dispose it in such a way that it will not choke our gutters. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Attitudinal change, just saying sorry, and admitting responsibility, it takes you very far. And then dealing with environmental issues on the back of, every day should be World Environment Day. Yesterday was World Environment Day, but every day should be World Environment Day. So thank you very much for those, the piece of your mind. Prof. Bruce, what's on your mind this morning? I'm loving the splash of color you've brought to our...
Oh, that's fine. Yes. That's fine. It's been a while. Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, just follow up on his call for attitudinal change.
Yes.
It's really a time we need to start doing good things. Yeah. Based upon that, I would like to congratulate Alhaji A.B.A. Fuseni, even though he has lost as a substantive MP for his area. The way he accepted the loss, that it is by God's ordination. That will change his attitude about how he interprets the loss and the behavior he will put up subsequently. If all of us will begin to reason like him, that it is God who ordains and decide otherwise, we will not be doing things on our own as if we have our own power to make sure that whether you like it for me or not, you must pick me. You'll be offending God. But the way he was able to rationalize his loss is a typical example. All of us must begin to realize that it is God who installed kings and deposes kings. When we accept things like that, many of these upheavals that come around as a result of one person losing, either in terms of chieftaincy or political position and all that, will be a thing of the past. Then based upon that, I would like to give him an assignment that as a man of the Proverbs, now that he's going on retirement, he is no more active member of parliament from next year, he should sit down and compile all those proverbs. He should give us the political implication of that proverb, the social implication, the moral lesson, and the economic lessons of his proverb. It's going to be a very huge book. Because if he dies now and he goes to the ancestors, that will be the end of those good and wise proverbs that he keep on telling us. So that is my assignment for him. Number 2, I want to zero in on my constituency. Kita constituency and Anglo constituency. When you go to Kita Senior High Technical School, there is a road opposite it. It leads you through the lagoon area to Anglo Lodge, Rose Pavilion, and enters the Kita market. That road was there before I was born. Now, very soon, I may hit 60. It has never been quoted. Meanwhile, we have a fair share of NDC and NPP municipal chief executives. These people are not projecting the interests of that area. There's always a heavy vehicular traffic on road between Ikasko and leading to the Abuja area entering the Kita town. So that road, if it should be there and I hit 60, it means the road has seen my infancy and my adulthood. It's not good. I don't know where they are retaining them. They are not helping them to develop the area. Now, when you come to Angloga, there's a place we call Dorogbo. There's a road from there to a very big GNPC yard to where we have the oil drilling site. During Krugman's time, they were drilling oil at Angloga. Because of that, that road was constructed, the GNPC yard. Then after that, you travel there. That road too was there before I was born. It is there still like that. Meanwhile, there are a lot of infrastructure developing all over there. In Angloga area, because it's more or less Sahara Desert, there's no Okada. So if you have those roads, it can facilitate movement of people than always walking through the sun. After bathing, you dirty yourself before you go to town and other places. I don't know what these MPs are doing. This time, I'm appealing to my people that within the next 4 years, if those roads are not coated, they should sack them. That's my message for them.
Your voice has dropped.
Yes.
Prof. Bruce,
They are not helping.
Dr. Asai, with a piece of your mind, you're watching GTV Breakfast. Let me go through the headlines for you. World Bank asks government to make bold decisions on health sector. And I'm glad this headline is there because today I was listening to the scary news about Ghanaian nurses being spirited away to the UK. 1,200 signed up for the British health system last year. That's 100 nurses a month leaving Ghana last year alone, and the numbers seem to be increasing. Tension in Ashaiman over sale of community park. Residents vow to resist. Trouble looms as mahogany seeds shortage hits Ghana, unable to export due to Galamsey, and millions of CDs are being lost. Government remains committed to protect the Anglo-Gold Ashanti mines, says Land Minister. The finder move to sanitize forex market. BOG to provide forex liquidity at prevailing market rates, says the IMF. Anthrax outbreak. Authorities ban movement of all ruminants in parts of Upper East region. Parliament urged to study LGBTQI bill carefully before passing it. And Ofuriatta adds Media General to 10 million suit. Business analyst, will Ghana Airways ever come back? And bilateral trade between Italy and Ghana in 2022 yielded 825 million euros, says the Italian ambassador. Which of these piques your interest, Dr. Osai?
Ghana Airways.
Ghana Airways. Let me read a bit of that. Will Ghana Airways ever come back? Oh, I pity those who were born in the 21st century who never flew Ghana Airways.
Ghana Airways.
Yeah, because it was just a pride to be a Ghanaian. So it's written by Joel Savage. What a name. Page 7 of Business Analyst, and he has a piece on it. I'll just give you one highlight. Ghana's government established Ghana Airways on July 4th, 1958, which means Ghana Airways is 65 years old this year, July 4th. We'll definitely mark it. It was established with £400,000 in initial funding. The government owned 60% of the company, with British Overseas Airways Corporation owning the remaining 40%. So Ghana government was a majority share owner. Back in 1958, 4th of July, when America was celebrating their Independence Day, where we were launching our airline. Dr. Osai, why does the Ghana Airways story interest you?
The Ghana Airways story interests me because when you travel around Africa and the world, and you see the airlines of other countries and how they are doing well, you ask yourself, what is wrong with our country? We are the pride of Africa, but we don't have an airline. I sit in Rwanda Air and I'm happy. It takes me to Kigali. You sit in Kenyan Airways and it takes you to Nairobi. Ethiopia is doing so well, and even though they don't have a lot of natural resources, these airlines, apart from the marketing, apart from the branding, is also a way of attracting investment, and it's also creating employment opportunities for them. So the question is, what is it that we cannot do to bring back Ghana Airways? So please, apart from achieving all those targets and all those big things, let us work hard to bring back Ghana Airways, because it is our pride. It is our pride. If I have my way and I'm going to South Africa and there is a Ghana Airways, why should I go for South African Airways?
Exactly.
I will not. I will not.
I was at the presidential summit on tourism.
Yes.
And a lot of feedback was coming about the sadness of us not having an airline and being reliant on other countries with their airlines to move out and to bring people into Ghana.
So which the transport ministry would quickly have to pick up the pieces and put it together. And as a country, let us develop a medium to long term plan towards having our airlines back and managing it in a very efficient manner. I'm told that it collapsed because of inefficient management. It collapsed because we didn't apply business principles or business sense to the management of Ghana Airways. This time around, We have a State Interest and Governance Authority, SIGA, that manages state interest or investment in other public institutions. Let us set up Ghana Airways as a state-owned enterprise. Put it under SIGA. Let us pump some money into it. Let us manage it in such a way that it will be self-financing, because there are other benefits that we stand to gain apart from branding all of us and then also attracting investment to this country. I mean, when you see an aeroplane flying with Ghana's colors there, you are very happy. I will be happy if I see that, but I don't see it. I don't see it. So please, the government would have to do something about it. We need Ghana Airways back. We need Ghana Airways back.
So that's the question. Will Ghana Airways ever come back? Do you think it will come back?
I think it can come back.
It can come back.
If we put our minds to it, we'll be able to do it.
All right.
I think it can come back.
Okay. Prof. Bruce, you can comment on that or any other of the headlines that
is the sale of community line in Ashaiman.
Let me read a bit of that for you. So tension in Ashaiman over sale of community park. Ghanaian Times. So let's go to page 11. Here it comes. Tension is mounting in the Ashaiman municipality of the Greater Accra region following the sale of a community park to a private developer. Residents have been resisting the sale of the said field, popularly known as Kokonte Park, making us hungry this morning. It's located at Middle East. Wow. So the park is called Kokonte Park. Yeah. It is located in Middle East, which is a part of Ashaiman in Ghana. And it has been used for sporting, recreation, political and funeral activities. Residents who spoke to Ghanaian Times said the park had been used by the community for the past 40 years, did not understand why it should be allocated to a private developer by the Tema Development Corporation. They have vowed to resist any development by the said private developer known as Nana Ohenijan Agri, a businessman. They claimed, according to the report, the developer always comes to the park with armed police escort, and added that if he was the rightful owner of the place, he did not need any security personnel to accompany him. So, well, the chairman of the area association, Middle East Residents Association, Mr. Godson Kwao, says the park has been encroached on numerous occasions, but each time residents were able to resist such private developments. And so basically they really want their community park to be left alone to fulfill the functions that it's been fulfilling. So the Ashaiman Municipal Assembly was informed of the presence of a 40-foot container, including building materials and other personal effects that the developer dumped on the portion of the park which he claimed he had bought. So that's the story, highlights of the Ashaiman Community Park, yes, Kokonte Park.
Kokonte Park, yes. I'm happy the word Kokonte has come in. I'm going to talk about health issues.
Thank you very much.
You know, we are talking about lifestyle diseases.
Yes.
Hypertension and obesity and diabetes, plus others. These are all due to sedentary lifestyle.
Yes.
So I don't know what we are doing to ourselves. We are interested in putting up physical infrastructure, leaving no space for exercise. Our communities, now that we are popularizing the game of football, boxing and all those things, where do we expect these people to go and learn those things for? And practice and become experts and play for Ghana, so that we are all clapping, oh, Ghana Blaster has won. We are selling all the lands without thinking about the effects of no space on the activity of the body. If people are becoming obese, our health centers will be choked. And government will go to spend more and more money curing these people. Last year, there was a Greater Accra Regional Sports Festival. I saw cars coming from Ada, Sege, all the way to Elwok. Just because there's no park. Even if there's inter-schools now, they have to drive all the way to the nearby space, which is not even big enough to accommodate such a inter-school sports festival. So we are seriously killing inter-school exercise and all those things, athletics, because there's no available land space. So we want to appeal to all landowners that when they are selling their land, at least they might reserve some for our children to go and play football on it, do some kind of athletics on it, learn how to do boxing on it, because some of them are gifted with kinesthetic intelligence. They may not be good in the classroom, but they may be good at football. They need a place to practice all these things. Now when you have this land and you sell it, where do you expect these people to go and do their practice? Sundays, formerly they have a Mandela Park where they do all these things. Now it has been walled. The police station is there, you cannot go.
Is Mandela Park also part of Ashaiman?
Yeah.
Ashaiman has all kinds of names.
Yeah. They have a big
Maybe they have
Mandela
Lebanon.
Park. Is it a Porsche? So Mandela Park has been walled. It's no more used by the youth for football and all those things. Where do we expect them to go? Meanwhile, the town is heavily populated. Look around us. There is high-rise apartment. Now, when you go to the top belongs to you and your children. You have no space on the ground, even to dry your wet clothing. Please, if I want to appeal to our landowners and TDC that they must reserve in every community they create a football park for children and other people to go and do exercise, for social celebrations and all that. Other than that, we'll begin to allow people to demolish their homes to create them into event centers, and you are going to pay hugely for organizing funeral, your weddings, and all those things there. Why are we interested in money, forgetting about our own welfare? If you create obese people, we cannot have the effective human resource to be employed to work for Ghana. So my appeal is that, no, please, let us reserve space for exercise. Otherwise, we may be creating a problem for ourselves.
Okay, so two issues there. The need to create space for recreation and exercise and relaxation, and just sometimes just sitting in a park on a bench, you know, and just meditating. You know, I had a fortune to host an event at Pedrasi Lodge last week, and I just went to the very top and looked at the surroundings, and I said, man, if you have a place like this, why wouldn't you think good thoughts? Why wouldn't you be a billionaire? Because you look around and it's just beautiful. It's nature. It's nature. It's natural. It's green. So we need more of these green spaces. There are very few trees. I was driving home from picking my kids from school, and we realized that all the trees are in people's homes. If you're driving through the streets of Accra, the streets are hot because there are no streets, there are no trees. But if you look into people's homes, they have trees. I think the people are wiser than the planners, because the people have trees in their homes for shade, for fruit. We've been harvesting oranges from our orange tree for the past 4 years.
And mangoes.
At least as if you live in my house. Mangoes and oranges. We're always harvesting it. So we're not even thinking about planning the town to make it cool. You walk on the street and it's really a concrete jungle, very hot. So that's really important about keeping spaces for recreation. And then the question, will Ghana Airways ever come back? I put a poll up there. So far, 33% of you feel that Ghana, which is now 29%. 29% think Ghana Airways will come back. 21% say no. 27% say I don't know. 23% say I don't care. All right. So
they should care, because if you travel out of this country, in fact, when you get to Kigali or you get to Addis, you'll be sad. You'll be sad. You see Ethiopia,
you see Rwanda.
You see Rwanda. I've used all of them, and you see. You become sad. You become sad.
And we started the whole action.
We started the whole action. And interestingly, we have some Ghanaian pilots piloting some of these planes. So why can't we have our own? So please, we need it back.
We need it back. All right, 8:04. I'll read a couple more headlines and see what my guests are interested in speaking on. So World Bank asks government to make bold decisions on health sector. We have trouble looms as mahogany seeds shortage hits Ghana. We are unable to export because of Galamsey. Government remains committed to protecting AngloGold Ashanti mines. There's a move to sanitize the forex market. BOG is going to provide forex liquidity. There's an anthrax outbreak, and all the authorities have banned movement of all ruminants. So anything that chews grass, you're not moving. Upper East region. Got Parliament urged to study LGBTQI bill carefully before passing it. Ofurata adds Media General to the 10 million suit against Captain Smart. And there's a bilateral trade between Italy and Ghana. Over 800 million euros have been yielded, says the Italian ambassador. Which of these headlines?
Sanitizing the forest market by the Bank of Ghana.
Okay, let me read that for you. So it's in today's Finder, actually. If I can find the Finder, I'll be happy. Yes, the Finder is here. Okay, so move to sanitize the forex market, page 2. So what's happening here? So Bank of Ghana is going to provide forex liquidity at prevailing market exchange rates and implement measures to further support unifying the exchange rate. So they're going to be limiting gross forex interventions. They're going to try and rebuild foreign exchange buffers. They're trying to get a unified and flexible exchange rate. Break all of this down for us, Mr. San. You are the numbers man. What does it mean?
Yes, it is part of the structural benchmarks that we have to meet under the IMF program. And what it means is that Bank of Ghana is going to make sure that there is enough liquidity, like the dollar or the foreign currency in the system.
What does liquidity mean?
Liquidity means availability of cash,
okay,
whether foreign or local.
Okay.
And you know, while there is shortage of supply, it put pressure on the currency, and then the cedi depreciates. So they're going to make it available. In fact, like I said, it's part of the structural benchmark that we need to meet. Under the IMF program, the Bank of Ghana is expected to develop a strategy for strengthening the financial sector by end of June this year. So that's what they've started. And it's a way of rebuilding the financial sector buffers so that we'll be able to accomplish some level of stability as far as the foreign currency, especially the dollar, is concerned. And you know they have started the process of capping the dollar. So now if you're going to a port and you want to clear goods from the port, there is a stable rate that they will use. So you'll be able to plan ahead of time. It is also expected that within this period, individual banks will be able to submit a credible time-bound plans to be able to also rebuild their capital buffers. Once all this is done, we'll see some stability as far as the exchange rate is concerned. And once this happens, businessmen can predict accurately. We will be able to see some stability by way of prices and all of that. You know, so that is what Bank of Ghana is trying to do, and I think it is good if it works, and I know it will work because anytime the cedi depreciates, it affects almost everything. And Bank of Ghana is a regulator. So they are responsible for monetary policy. So it's part of their monetary policy arrangement. So people must be assured that there will be enough forex, there will be enough foreign exchange to enable them to do their business.
Okay.
That assurance is very important.
So ensuring that there's enough of the money for exchange to do business.
That's right.
That's what it means.
That's what it means.
Prof. Bruce.
Yeah, shortage of mahogany seeds.
So let's check it out. So that's I'm also interested in that because of the Galamsey angle to it. So page 11, today's Ghanaian Times. We've got issues to do with environment matters. Ghana has lost over $1 million in revenue since 2020 for inability to supply the seeds of Kaya ivorensis, also called African mahogany, because of deforestation due to illegal mining. So according to the head of the National Tree Seed Center, Dr. Miriku Asumening, since 2020, some 5 organizations and individuals in the 3 countries of Brazil, Malaysia, and India have been in dire need of the seeds of Kaya ivorensis, but the center has not been able to supply the 500 kilos demand of each of them. So we are losing revenue because Galamsey is preventing Ghana from living up to its obligation as an international supplier of Kaya ivorensis seeds. So this mahogany is being used in traditional medicine where it can treat cough, fever, and anemia, also used to treat wounds, sores, ulcers, and tumors. It deals with rheumatic pain and lumbago, and the pulp is used to treat dysentery, amongst others. So we are destroying our pharmacies, our natural pharmacies, because of Galamsey madness, which is expressed by the bottles here. And the Prof. Bruce and Dr. Sain.
Yes, sir.
I went to a function and I met a retired staff of the Ghana Tourism Authority. The moment he saw me, he said, "Where's your water?" And I'm thinking, where's your water? Where's your water? Then he said, "Oh, water on your desk." And then I went to the Senior Correctional Center last Friday to give a talk to the boys.
Okay.
The boys says, "We see the water. Why didn't you bring the water?" You know, so people are seeing what is going on and they are worried about Galamsey. Now Galamsey is going to affect our mahogany seeds. Talk to us about that. Why is it important to you?
You see, the world is becoming a global village. What is happening in Ghana? Look at the nation it's affecting. They depend upon us for their health benefits. But because we want money right now, look at what we are causing. We are depriving other nations who depend upon us to use the seeds for their medicinal purposes. Because we export them, Ghana itself gets money. And that money too, we are no more getting it.
No.
So what is our thinking? Ghana, we are known to be a nation that depends on science and data. So this is number one, science and data. It must tell us that all is not well with this Galamsey. We should take it as a serious business. This is mahogany seed. I can assure you that very soon, those who buy Goko seeds from us, this headline will come again. That Ghana is not able to provide the necessary
Because of contamination,
composites.
yeah.
Because of the galamsey. So we need to be very serious and take a very robust and aggressive action against people who are perpetrating this kind of evil on Ghana, just because they want to satisfy their hunger for now. Is it the point now? So please, this is an eye-opener. Number two, since they are degrading the land, very soon we may not have arable lands for cultivation of our own local crops.
I even getting there.
We are even getting there. You see, the land is degraded. Cocoa farmers are crying that they are destroying their land. Our river bodies, as you said, this is the color. So why are we sitting down pretending that there is no problem? There is a problem. There's a problem. So if we don't solve it, we are creating the perpetual problem for ourselves, and we cannot solve it. And very soon, very, very, very soon, we'll see what will happen to us as a nation.
Yes, we'll be strangers on our own land.
We'll be strangers on our own land.
Should not happen, shouldn't happen. It's 8:12. You're watching GTV Breakfast. A couple of messages now on 055-556-1034, 055-556-1034. Sad story about the road around those schools. Voltarian politicians, both NDC and MPP, think they're doing so well. Some even think building an airport at Ho is a great achievement for the people. This nonsense must stop, in the words of Dr. Lawrence Tete. People are listening. Ni Ayikwe Ayi says, he's sending us a message from Juma near Ablekuma in the Greater Accra region. Please, somewhere in 2001, Government of Ghana planted over 50,000 trees along the banks of River Densu at Juma near Ablekuma in the Greater Accra region. People are cutting down the trees along the banks of River Densu at Juma, which is supposed to protect the river, and putting up buildings as well as winning sand there. The government invested millions of dollars in projects which are now being destroyed. Last Saturday, a press conference was held discussing the same topic, and unfortunately, we have evidence of those destroying our trees. I'm appealing to the Forestry Commission to visit Juma now. Well, this is a good call. Yesterday was World Environment Day.
That's right.
Friday is Green Ghana Day. So lots of trees are going to be planted, but let's protect the ones that are already planted.
Yeah.
Okay. Alaji Dawuda says, Kafui, why don't you say congratulations to Dr. Eric Odro for being one of the winners at the Head of Civil Service Awards? Congratulations, Dr. Osai.
Thank you.
Fantastic. What was the title of your award?
Promoting transparency in public financial management.
100%. You deserve that award. When that list of defaulters comes again, please broadcast it. Yeah, well done, well done. So, Alaji Dawuda, thank you very much. We have congratulated him right here on the show. 055-556-1034. The Ghana Airways question: will Ghana Airways ever come back? So far, 27% of you think no, yes, and 19% think no. 21% say, I don't know. And 32% say, I don't care. I don't like that. I don't care now. 32%. Well, so Salma is saying, good morning. If only some of our advice will go far, then the revenue accrued from the KIA, Kotoka International Airport, if used appropriately, can be used to revive the Ghana Airways. So that's a suggestion there from Salma. Aaron Babaku is talking about the fact that we must realize that political parties come to power and influence their political party agenda and forget about the needs of the masses and those who do not share the same political agenda with them. I think the winner takes all needs to be revived. So, it needs to be thought about again so that people can win seats as mayors and as DCEs, and so that it's not as if I win the election and then everybody else.
That is all we've always been preaching.
Yeah.
Look, let us elect our local leaders politically so that we can introduce some political consistency in our governance system.
Indeed. More messages. Congratulations to Dr. Osai. Alhaji Haruna Ashaiman is sending you congratulations for winning the award. Are you at Kokonte Park or Mandela Park, Alhaji? Please let me know. All right, more messages coming in 055-556-1034. You think that the open-minded impartiality of the EC has been thrown to the dogs. Article 94 of the Constitution, public elections regulations, is clear without ambiguity. A candidate must be a registered voter in the constituency before he or she must be allowed to contest. But you think it's different in the case of Asin North. Asin North is on the 27th of June. Today is the 6th, so we've got 21 days. 21 exactly 3 weeks we're going for that election. All right, more messages. Musa Abattoir has just sent that message to us. Amweni says, NDC leaders knew they would lose in the Asin North by-election, so they should stop blaming the NPP and the AEC. All right, thank you very much. ATM, what a name. Automated teller machine. I like it. Ofosu Emmanuel Apia from Takwahuni Valley Methodist School. Sometimes, after taking the child through all of these, the doctors and nurses will be asking a lot of questions. Why did you do this? Why did you do that? Okay, so we had a conversation earlier about children and domestic accidents. And they were just telling us how to child-proof your home so that kids don't go and start swallowing gentian violet. You know, I swallowed a whole bottle of gentian violet when I was like 7 years old. I opened my mouth and I looked like Dracula. Yeah, my father actually fell in a well. Yes, in the villages in Angloga, he was fetching water, and he fell in. But the unfortunate thing is that he fell into the bucket.
Okay.
Yes. So they were looking for him, and then they got around the well, and they heard somebody screaming, and then he was in the well.
So they were able to pull him.
Otherwise, I would not be here. You know, so we thank the rescuers. Yeah. So children and accidents, they are plenty. Okay, before we scoot out, it's 8:17 right now. Let me look at some of the trends right now. So Captain Smart is in the trend. So he's being sued by the finance minister. And now Media General has been joined to the suit. Since you're a lawyer, what does that mean? I mean, I go and talk, somebody sues me, and then the media house is joined to the suit. What does it mean?
Yeah, you are joined in the suit because they use your platform. In this case,
Okay.
the Media General's platform was the platform used as a way to perpetuate the thought.
All right.
Yeah, so definitely, if GBC, which you don't normally do,
Okay.
you allow any of the panelists to use your platform to make statements that cast a slur on any person, and the person feels offended, when the person wants to take an action in thought, that person will sue the one who made the statement and also join GBC. But I'm happy with GBC and GTV breakfast shows, you always come up with a disclaimer that the statement we make,
All right.
we are personally responsible or liable for that. So
Awesome.
that's the meaning of joining an institution in a suit.
Prof. Bruce, I cannot let you go without a comment on Nogopo and Bishop Ajinasari. So quick comments. I heard him on in the video declaring Nogopo, a village in the Volta region, to be the demonic headquarters of the Volta region. The authorities were not happy, and the traditional authorities have invited him to come and see them, giving him a 14-day ultimatum. He's yet to respond to the ultimatum. He has declared a 1-week fast at his church. And I know you're also a man of the cloth. What do you make of this whole issue?
Well, I think he might not be referring to the deity, but he was referring to the community. That's where the problem is coming from.
Yep.
That whole community is a demonic capital of the Volta region. And he has even gone beyond the Nogopo community.
The whole region?
The whole region.
Where you and I come from.
It means every part of Volta region is demonic.
And that's the headquarters.
But they derive their power, supreme powers, from Nogopo community. He's not talking about the deity. He's talking about the people and the demonic nature of that community. And as to how he was able to know that it is a demonic capital of the whole Volta region, he must go and explain.
So you think that's why they called him?
That's what they call him. They're not calling for saying anything against the deity. It's about the community. Please get it right. That Angloga is the capital town of armed robbers. The whole Anglo, you are insulting all of them. That the only business you do is to harbor armed robbers and release them. That is the statement he's made. So people who are thinking that is related to the deity, is not. It's about the community, labeling the community. As for that community, that's a demonic capital.
Should he go?
Honestly speaking, when Apostle Paul was in Athens, he saw a very huge altar, and on it was written to the unknown God. You see, in the study of psychology of religion, there's something we call cooperation with the sustainer of values. I'm a human being. I have intelligence. I'm aware of the social environment. I know that people are condemning, don't speak to this bottle. But you see me, with all my level of intelligence, bowing down to this tree. My bowing down to this tree gives me an instant reward. So it is left to you to understand why is it that I am always bowing down to this tree and not this one. So you need to persuade me that there is an alternative way of deriving this same thing that you get from here by doing this, not by condemning my action. So in this voice, I would like to appeal to my senior man that he should not entertain any fears. He should not think that when he gets there, people are going to juju him or whatever. No, people have been labeled as a negative place or all that. I think the Secretary General of NDC is from that place. He said it's a town of righteousness. And the people themselves have even explained the meaning. Will you stay here in peace?
No, that poor.
If you are not ready to stay in this place in peace, please, this community is not for you.
Yeah.
We don't want evil people here. But how can so he also needs to understand the meaning of the town.
Okay.
But I say something. When we are in the pulpit, we must say only that which the scripture tells us to say. But those of us who are suffering from cognitive impulsivity, anything that drops into our mind that we say before we regret.
Cognitive what?
Impulsivity.
All right.
It's not the best.
All right.
Rehearse your words very well.
I think journalists can also suffer from
Before,
cognitive.
yeah, everybody. That's what they are assumed.
Yeah.
That's why Captain
That,
Smart.
the same thing happened to Captain Smart.
Cognitive impulsivity.
Cognitive impulsivity. Anything that drops in your mind, whoa. They say, now they see you. What are you saying? You only say, why didn't you think about this that I'm going to say? How is it going to affect the person?
Is the Reverend also afraid of being sued spiritually by the? That's why he doesn't want to go.
Maybe.
But Kaf,
Your comment, then we go.
Yes, Kaf. Let me sincerely apologize to all those affected by the statement made by Bishop Ajina Sari. I think that we are one family, one Ghanaian, and with a common destiny. I think men of God should be measured in the statement they make, and should know the social effect of some of these comments. So all those affected by that, we sincerely apologize on his behalf, and I also expect him to come out publicly to apologize, and like Prof has said, he should get men and women revered by the community to lead him to the place and formally apologize to them. If he can get the same platform he used to make those statements, they should give him that platform so he can publicly apologize. But he should send a signal to all men and women of God that speak when God has directed you to say so. Thank you very much.
On that note, I shall not be guilty of cognitive impulsivity. So thank you very much, Dr. Eric Udru Osai, Director General of the Internal Audit Agency, and Professor Daniel Bruce.
Yes.
Cognitive what?
Impulsivity.
Thank you so much. Thank you, gentlemen, for headlines.
Thank you.
Still to come, we do have, there's a big, tall list here of people. So we have the University of Ghana Business School 43rd Management Week celebration. That's happening pretty soon. We also have the scoop with the Minister for Gender and Social Protection. And then also Kubura Diamonds will be sitting down for the last half hour. But we also have a conversation coming up next on Ghana-Netherlands relations, and we have the Second Deputy Prime Minister of the Netherlands and Minister for Foreign Affairs, Mr. Wopke Bastian Hoekstra. He's going to be our guest right here on GTV Breakfast. My name is Kafui Day. You stick around. Do not go anywhere. I speak. I'm silent now. No more cognitive what? Impulsivity. I'll just drink some water. All right.